it's not even, I don't really have a soapbox today. It's just certain things about my bad.
We're live though. We're live. Yes. What's
Oh,
up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the KNF Connection. I'm one of your hosts, Jody Williams, along with my man Nathan Williamson. SB is still on vacation. Tim will hopefully join us at some point today. And everybody, before we get started, happy President's Day. Yes. Is
we
it
got the
Canada Day
can.
too?
No, it's just we got Canada.
Oh, okay. I can get my Canada jersey and put it in the
I
background if I
mean,
need to.
mine's over there, but I mean, I got one.
I mean, I can put mine on. We could do that too. All right. So if you're lucky, see, because she works for the school district and there's no
Mhm.
school today, she can actually join the show at the beginning because she was the first to comment. Lucky, what's up? She's on cloud nine. She saw her girl Scarlett take the win. What do you think about that, man? Let's start off with that, or not.
Okay. Okay. Um, there was some questionable things happening in that match. I'm taking nothing away from Scarlett. She did
Right.
phenomenal and did everything the referee allowed her to get away with. So I do feel like there was some missed things in that match. But would it have mattered? Don't know. Did it?
Right.
But she won the match,
hmm I
which
was
was good
watching
on
some
her.
of her opponent's name from. She's also from Latvia and trains with Sandras. Just a
Yeah,
bad
Susie.
night for the Latvian crew. So, but I
Yeah,
was
and like
watching some of the matches for Susie had in the past, and she comes off very confident. And I'm thinking, okay,
oh yeah.
I don't know, but I did a prediction show. We did one here. I did one with Brian Parliament. I did pick Scarlett to win, so I'm very fortunate that I did, end up getting that. So Iceberg is in the house. What's up, brother? So we're
Cheers.
starting to go over the matches and stuff, and I'm gonna let you take it away with the Borzinski versus probably the match of the night, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
no, there was no probably. That was
Tried to tell everybody. They didn't listen.
So what you think about? Did you watch the whole event, Tim, or no?
I mean, it was Valentine's Day, so no, I mean, when you gotta be that guy that's hiding it under the table, trying to eat dinner and shit, yeah, it didn't work out. I had to watch it when I
gotcha.
I
got
just watched it. I watched it yesterday because there's no fucking way I was gonna be able to watch that live. I was like, man, I'm not gonna be able to do that. So I watched
yeah,
it yesterday.
I watched a bunch of the prelims until I had to leave.
hmm
Um, no, it was good. It's good. Weird. I don't know. I hit up Robert Kelly because I think he was doing the stream with somebody else or whatever, and I was just wondering, like the last couple of times I remember watching it, like you're able to listen to the walkout songs and everything,
Yeah,
and because it's on a private pay-per-view. So I thought it was kind of weird that they didn't have that. 'Cause that's like one of my favorite parts. I like the
yeah.
walkouts and the
Well,
stuff.
the pay-per-view they should have been able to do it, but the stuff that was on YouTube that was free, they for copyright restrictions and stuff like that, or then I can
I hate
understand.
that rule.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
why.
stand that rule.
That's why I'm moving everything to Facebook Live. I mean, it's like it's turning into be way better than YouTube, anyways. So,
Well,
no,
didn't we all start with that anyway? We all started with the Facebook Live stuff, and then it's just
yeah,
you can't edit stuff out, which is whatever. You just let it run. So
yeah. I thought it was good. I mean, it's. I thought Saunders was going to be able to get one more than he did, but he. I mean, if you look at the last maybe 1.5, 2 rounds, he's holding on with his wrist. His hands are not even closing. Like they can't
No,
close. Um, so I mean, Adam did exactly what he wanted to do. I mean, it wasn't about being more powerful than Saunders. It was about having a good enough sticky point for long enough for him to bleed him out, then to be winning. It was
my
never about to just try to just pin, and you can see Adam knowing that he made some mistakes there where he tried to go a couple times and got so out of position and had to really work his way back up that really put a lot of work on his arm. So,
my question, I guess my question would have been had Saunders committed to the press off the start. and got into that offensive position, would it have made a difference in the match?
I think it would have made a huge difference.
Yeah.
With his
I thought he
power.
did that with like match 3 or match 4 or something like
Well,
that, where all of a
match
sudden
one
you were
he
like
top.
this and
Yeah, it was
it cut
one
up
he
your
top.
stuff.
Yeah, but I'm saying like round one he went to top roll, and round two into top roll and got put into a defensive hook into the B side position. I'm saying
Ah,
had he committed straight from the start to putting Adam on his bicep in a defensive hook, how much of a difference would it have made?
I think it would have been a huge difference because I think he underestimated Adam. I think that he thought pound for pound, there was no way that he could bang with him in the hook, but then he could end up top rolling him and beating him. And you can see it was too late. It was too late by the time he was done being a little overconfident that it wasn't going to work anymore. I agree. If I think he shot there off the get go, we could be looking at a completely different story. I mean, it would have been a lot more work on Adam's arm to be able to come back from that holding a press like this compared to being in here like this. So, yeah, I think it would have been a complete. It just goes to show you, don't underestimate guys just because they were smaller a little while ago.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, I said if the match was a static match, Adam had the advantage, but I thought Saunders was going to be able to keep it a dynamic match. But
Man,
and Adam's hand is.
I'm doing all crazy shit right now. I'm like, put him up against Matt Masker. Give it to him.
I mean,
give him Todd Hutchings. Fuck
I mean, Neil said it right. He needs 85 against Samusha would be an absolute killer.
See, I don't think Adam should ever go back to 85.
You don't think so?
No, and I don't think he will. I could almost bet he won't. I think the lowest he'll ever go again in a
95
in a world competition
90.
Anything else 95. It's not.
Right.
I mean, look at the power difference. Look at this is almost 15 pounds heavier than Adam's ever been in his life, even when he played college football.
Yep.
Like the dude came in at 227, works out two times a day, morning and night. Like that was the biggest I've ever seen Adam, and he still kept his endurance. That's fucking impressive.
So we got a lot to get to, but I want to get this comment back to the ladies' match. So Lucky says Susie cheated as much, if not more, than Scarlett. Look at the strap. Thoughts on that?
Okay, so she's better in the strap setup. It's different than a referee allowing you to completely cover somebody's thumb like this.
She said that Susie cheated in the strap?
Yeah.
Scarlett had everything under the sun. Scarlett
and a thumb like this.
That's her thumb right here. Scarlett pretty much was holding like this. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I thought Scarlett had the height advantage in the strap for sure.
I thought Susie got the short end of the stick on a lot of the setups.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Now I didn't. They pulled twice, right? They pulled left and right.
No, only right.
Okay. I thought someone pulled like both matches. They pulled twice.
That was Dakota Shipton. Remember?
That's right. Okay, yeah, with Brian Johnson. Okay.
That was a good match. Dakota showed up. Dakota's looking big at 220.
Yeah, he's looking thick. Got the nice hair going on and stuff, But hey, let's talk about the guy that's in the chat now, Mr. Clifton Erickson.
It's unfortunate that Jordan got injured because I would like to see where that match went. And I'm taking nothing away from Clifton. That in round 2, when you got in the strap and were able to hold Jordan in that hook, hats off to you, sir.
Yeah,
I sat there.
Go back and watch that. I haven't watched that one yet. I got updates on it.
I sat there and told everybody if Jordan's going to win, he has to stay out of the strap because of the hand domination, that kind of thing. He's going to grip you low. He's going to control that. And match 1, like I said, Also, I said that if Clifton's going to win, and I know, him and I have talked off and on reading up to this, and, he was like, oh, man, I'm so strong. I can't wait. He was like losing his shit basically because he's like, dude, that kind of thing. And I said, okay, if Clifton's going to win, it has to be in the strap. And Lord, Lord. What did we all see? Sat there, looked at the camera, smiled, took him down, thinking, "Yep, that is the trick. That's the key right there." So,
I did see a
hats off
comment.
to you, Clifton.
I did see that because I haven't watched this one back yet. I was at dinner.
Right.
That John Therian was like, "Oh, he's taking a page out of my book. He's getting to his position and then staring at the camera and doing a little wink, and then getting a little pin." And I said, "Oh, he's doing that against Jordan. That's impressive."
Yeah.
Well,
Like
I
I
mean,
said,
the thing is, though, with the training, that Clifton does, it caters to the strap. So when he got him in that strap where you can't get out of his hand, then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I got you now. And then when Clifton kind of drug him in his side, you could just tell his body language, facial remarks, he was, comfortable. And you could all of a sudden Jordan started getting serious,
Let me ask Clifton a question real quick.
Go ahead.
Clifton, just write back in the comments before I make a comment. Was the weight disclosed to everybody for this match?
I thought it was on the what you call it. Because
when he replies, I'll make a comment. I'm just curious what he thinks after I ask this comment.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay.
He goes, yes.
So do you think, and do other people think, because this is something we've talked about all the time. Okay, he's writing it, so I'm going to announce it. It was a no-cap match. I thought it was a 220 match. I based my predictions off of 220. Now, do you think, Clifton, knowing what you felt from him, do you think that you get that win at 220? Do you think that your power, because I'm only going off you don't know what he feels like at 220. Do you feel like your power was this much more, weighing at, I think you said 240, something like that, compared to when you were weighing 220? I'm curious on that.
I didn't. So what? Clifton came in heavier?
I think Clifton was 241. I think Jordan was 237, or vice versa, something like that.
Right.
So I'm just curious. You know how like you feel, right? Like how your body feels at 242. You know how your body feels at 220. Now, depending on your training, right? Like sometimes it's like, man, I think my 242 body would just murder my 220 body. But then there's some other things, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because when I normally pull 242, then I feel more powerful. But when I pull 220, I'm more faster and quicker, but not as powerful.
Sometimes more technical,
yeah,
like that, but okay.
He said the strength was very close to the same. So again, hats off to him, And yeah, it would have been so unfortunate that, we couldn't see the rest of that match. I would love to see how that play. I would love to see the chess match. I would love to see how.
Yeah, just to throw it out. The reason why I asked is because, like, for myself, back when I pulled Jordan, knew in my head I didn't have a shot if Jordan wasn't 220, because I know what Jordan felt like at the time above that, right? Like I wanted our shit at 220 because I know where I was at 220. I wasn't cutting weight, right? And he was having to cut. But like if we were like 230 and I had to gain, like I knew, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a big difference I was curious on how he felt compared to that.
Well, here you go. He said even at 220, he would have won 3-0.
Nice. Good.
So now the question is, Mr. Clifton, who do you want to pull next? That is the $1 million question.
Does he want to get the win back on John Therian?
Not weighing 240. Lucky says, Jody, have you pulled Seal left? Yes, I beat him twice on the left. I got pins on him on the left. Yes.
World Series, right?
What's that?
Yeah.
World Series, right?
Yep. It was actually it was WSA Finals.
Yeah.
Yep. So there you go. But yeah, but now does Clifton want to stay at that weight and kind of go, okay, who's in that particular weight class? Whereas, okay, because if you pull John Therian, like, yeah, if you want that match back, you may have to come down and weight because you can't walk up at 241 pounds and John's weighing what? What's he weighing these days?
205, 206.
Yeah, I don't even, maybe not even.
Oh, we say
maybe
He
200
said he's
flat.
coming back down to 220.
He said, not Tim. LOL.
Oh, Myers in the house. What's up, man? No joke, Jody. No joke. I'm trying to see what he means by that.
Tim, what do you think about Cody Wood calling out Joseph and Bishop?
Ooh.
And he truly believes that. I don't know. I don't think he's ever pulled Justin.
He's never touched Bishop, and I think that's a very, very, very massive ask.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things where, man, when Justin wants to do what Justin wants to do, he does it, and it's a scary person. I know some things in the works, so you're not going to see that match for a very long time.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, Joseph's always ready. I mean, if he wants to run that thing back, come out to Arizona State. I'll make the match happen. Whoever's watching this, friends with him on Facebook, social media, send it to him. I will call up Joseph right now and say, you're pulling him, and he would probably say, not a big deal, let's run it back.
What's Joseph doing now? Is he still in the police academy?
Yep, but he's doing table time about 3 days a week right now, and gym 5 days a week. I mean, he's man. The best part about Joseph is he's walking around heavier. Finally, we finally got him walking around heavier, and not having to like walk around at 154. Like, I'm pulling 154, like, and that's the thing, like, right, like. Cody pulled him at like Cody was like 171 pounds and Joseph was 158. Like
at Arlington.
Oh, big difference.
And it's like one's 154, 176. So like it is what it is. I mean, he wants to be 176. Joseph would probably come in at 165, and love to see it.
Well, I mean, it goes to show you. So with that, he said either or. He said 154 or 176. So the way I read that comment, that call, I was like, let me know who I got to pull. Either I'm going to beef up or I'm going to stay the same. I'm not really sure how.
He's gonna struggle to get a match with Bishop. Let's put it that way, because I know Bishop's got some big stuff in the very near future.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, his best option is Joseph.
100% his best option is Joseph.
On the flip side of Jordan Seal, he says his elbow. I kind of briefly chatted with him. Well, not chatted. I kind of texted him yesterday. I said, "How's that injury?" He goes, he felt something pop in the elbow on the right, but that didn't do anything to his left.
No, that was easy.
He walked right through Eastern McCormick left hand 3-0.
Easy.
Man, and you had to know I was watching that with some serious interest.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Easton's doing some things that are not good for Easton right now, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah?
You're way too cocky. You're young, buddy. You're young. I get it. You're strong. Don't get me wrong. But, like, how you're grabbing Chuck and grabbing him, pull him, and then, like, slowly trying to pin him before you started, that shit's garbage, man. That shit's garbage. I'm just going to tell you. That shit's garbage. Like,
is that a training thing he's doing?
Man, that makes you look bad, in my opinion. And I'm so happy you have a father that travels with you like that and cheers you on. That's incredible. But, like, some things that went on there, I'm not down with that. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it looked garbage to me. I mean, you're strong. You're a great up-and-comer. Don't try to be someone you're not. I don't know who you've been training with or who's teaching you to do that. Don't be someone you're not.
Well, I think, honestly, can I speak on that? I think some of the times when you have newer people coming to the sport and they act a certain way, it's kind of a unwritten rule, right? It's kind of a, hey, don't be disrespecting people, when you come in doing like, we've seen it, time and time again. for years and years and years. You know, when people act as such, you know.
You're not supposed to
Now if
act
you're
like
good,
everybody you see on YouTube.
Well,
yeah, pretty much, right?
well, let me put it this way: if this match would have happened per se 8 years ago, 6 years ago, and you pulled Chuck first, and Jordan was sitting there watching you do that to Chuck, and when Jordan went to pull you, you would have saw a different Jordan 6 years ago. I'll tell you that much. Jordan would have embarrassed you. Jordan would have held you, laughed at you, and embarrassed you. But you notice how he didn't do that? You notice how he just pinned you and walked back to his corner? That's some respect.
It's character, you know, and like I said, you're gonna have some veterans, because I guarantee you, some people like Jordan, he got class, right? He's just gonna match is over, go back to the corner. Let's just say, for example, and this is not a shitting on Easton segment. I'm not doing that. But if the same thing happened this week over the weekend, he pulled Chuck Young, but let's just say it was Tom Nelson instead of Jordan Silver was pulling second. Imagine how that would have went. You see what I'm saying?
It would have been different, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So I guess the point we're trying to make is that sometimes, you know, when you're young, you're upcoming, got all the tools in the world. He got all the tools to get it done. He has an awesome training crew in Nebraska, got an awesome training partner in Wallace Dilly. You know, success is going up. The problem is, though, sometimes you don't want your success to dictate, or maybe, you know, the people cheering for you dictate more than you. Because I think what we're seeing now, and I'm going to spell it out, there are some athletes out there who their mouthpieces are doing more talking than they are.
Oh, no. They would never.
Never heard
My
of
point being, you don't want to put that particular athlete in a place where they can't succeed because their mouthpieces are doing all the talking that their asses can't cash. Is what I'm getting at. You know what I mean?
Or be there after the event and back up what you just did. Because, again, we're talking about a Chuck Young that's a lot different than he was in 2012. And I
Chuck Young in 2012 would have headbutted you.
It would have been fighting. You would have been fighting.
Chuck has mellowed out over the years. I will say that he's mellowed out over the years because, yeah, that old burst. But again, and some people who are watching this are probably thinking, "Oh, it's you old heads thinking that way," and it's like, yeah, you know, it's just there's an unwritten rule. There's a way to go about things, you know. And I thought, you know, even Chuck was like, "Hey, you know, hey, congratulations, good match," you know. Jordan, hey, man, congratulations, good match. It's all about how you present yourself. It's all about the respect for your opponent. I think Easton has that. But I think sometimes, you know, you run into the wrong person acting as such, you know.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Well, no, I keep seeing rat cheese. Damn, I can't even enjoy my win against Susie. Hold on, not this. This right here.
Or is that
So
Scarlett? I don't know who that is. Is that Scarlett?
I'm assuming so. If they say they can't enjoy their win, so
why not?
We're not saying you don't enjoy your win.
That was a great win. Enjoy the shit out of it.
No, you did what you had to do. You got the win. I don't know. We never said anything negative about that. We just responded to a comment where it was stated that, you know, Susan had everything in the strap. And so if we look at the video, you know, you had everything in the setup, which is not bad, you know, because
you're taking
that's your job to get whatever.
Yeah, exactly. We're saying you took advantage of what the referee allowed you to take advantage of. All of us do it.
Yeah.
The Drew 24, Adam competed at 85, got second to Nerdalet. He gained 40 pounds. I mean, I won't say gained, but because naturally he was like 205 or 204 when he pulled. So he probably gained 23 pounds for this match.
Around, yeah.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot.
From like what, September or October is when he started bulking up for this. So in due time.
It makes you wonder though, like when did he get word that, hey, this match is coming up? Because then you gotta like, okay, I'm gonna shut everything down and focus. Think about it.
I'm pretty sure I knew about it at Worlds. I'm pretty sure we talked about it. I'm pretty sure we talked about it at Worlds.
Well, there you go. And I was glad he was able to keep his focus, still go to Worlds, play second, and then okay, now I'm shifting my gears. We're going to focus squarely on Saunders and nothing else. So again, hats off to him for that. That was super duper impressive, you know.
And you knew, like if you think about what Adam has skipped out on from September till now because he really wanted this win. Like Adam potentially skipped out on making a lot of money at World Series.
Yeah.
Like he did the year prior. Because it wasn't about the money. He wanted the win. He wanted to be 100% with no hiccups. He didn't want, go to World Series and get a small injury, then have to restart his training. He wanted this match.
Okay, Tim and Nathan, it goes like this. I want you guys response. Everybody in the chat, I want your response. So, and I'm just going to sit there and say it like this. Do you think the win against Saunders was more important than winning WSA money?
100%.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking, I mean, again, nobody can predict who was showing up today at World Series, right? Because some big names that he could have pulled 209s and got a big win and maybe pursued that right off the get-go, the 209, and solidified some things. But this was, again, it's the international name.
It's a 4-time world champion, multiple-time European champion. Like,
you're talking about 105 kg 4-time world champion. That's
at 110. He won it at 110.
110.
Yeah.
Fuck. What are we talking about?
Good question. I don't know how much money was at WSA because you got to realize there's
place
your
left
weight
and right.
class.
Your division wins $6,000, $3,000 a piece.
There you go. So yeah, winning money is awesome, but to sit there and go, okay, because if it was me, right, and I'm like going, okay, well, yeah, I could win this money. Awesome, cool. That money will get spent. Ain't nobody gonna fucking remember that. However, that win against Saunders on Valentine's Day, and it's being broadcast all over social media right now, they're gonna talk about that for a while. That holds water more than the money. Just my opinion.
Matt, the testing is so it shows that they were not on anything. No gear.
Oh, yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, with the Montana Armbender, the two main events, I don't know if it's for a title, the Montana Armbender title, whatever.
Yeah, it's the Montana.
So those were like the tested. So we had two tested matches. Saunders and Adam was one, Alex Groot and Cody Wood was the other. So I can't speak about the other, matches, but when it comes to the main events for like the Montana Armbender title, then you got to be tested. So that's where RBJ would always, make his way there and stuff like that.
My question is, I have questions about their testing. Like, I don't know. I mean, is it like a Amazon test where you buy it, they send it to you, you're at the house, you pee in the cup, and they stick a stick in it? I mean, what kind of testing protocol are we talking?
I don't know.
Because any high level testing is going to be done and sent off to a lab. It's not going to be done with a little sticky stick like you're testing for your kid's piss for pot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that's done.
No comment.
Yes, CBLA, it was tested.
Is that an after dark thing, Tim?
No comment.
So CBLA says that for sure. I thought Adam was on gear. Total moon face, even better win then. Well, here's the thing. So here,
Adam, the worst thing Adam's ever done in his life, and if you watch his press conference, you'll really understand who he is. It is creatine.
Now here, I'll speak on Adam's behalf. You want to hear it? I'll say it. The guy went to WAF. He got tested at WAF.
I was there. I was
there. You go.
Adam,
man got tested at WAF.
I'll tell you what happened at WAF. We were sitting there with, I can never pop off, whatever his name is.
Yep.
Nerdalette and Adam, all three walk up to the table. And before anybody, because only one of them gets tested, they all draw a stick, right? Adam didn't even win. And Adam goes, I'll just volunteer so they can go enjoy their stuff. I'll do it. Just so you know, I was there. I was standing there. I was the representative for USA. So let that
And
be.
by the way, might I add how expensive that stuff is, Tim? Because it's not like, okay, we're going to test the top 3 winners, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's also you're also talking WADA, which is more strenuous testing than, like I said, a kit you pick up off Amazon.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could get that on Amazon.
You can get a lot of stuff on Amazon.
I looked.
Oh, man, you got a lot of people watching the show going, oh, I can get that on Amazon? Oh, sweet. Oh, damn it. Here you go.
Like I said,
I said, Adam, why are you volunteering? I said, we're fucking hungry, dude. I said, we're trying to go celebrate your second place WAF medal. He goes, I don't care. I'll volunteer. He goes, actually want to volunteer and prove everybody wrong anyways. I said, okay.
Good on him for that. Good on him for that.
I get it, Arm Fanatic, but who does the testing? That's my question. And you say it follows WADA guidelines, but if you're following WADA guidelines, WADA just collects samples and sends it off to WADA approved labs, is what I'm saying. Like WADA can also do blood tests. So what
WADA can do pee, blood, and hair.
Yeah. So which one are we talking is my question.
Ain't doing my hair. Tell you that now.
I'll find
no,
some
sir.
I'll find some hair. 50-year-old ass body.
Dude, I only have armpit hair.
I found it.
You know? Oh, here we go. Is the test
yes
just for PEDs?
I mean,
well, I don't think.
Well, even at Worlds, any use of recreational drugs is also not prohibited. So if you test and you have recreational drugs in your system, they can also suspend you for that.
See?
If
you were smart like me and eat corn dogs, you wouldn't have to worry about that, though, would you? No, you won't. From time to time. Courtney says, however, there's also ways of masking certain things as well for testing. Just saying. There you go.
100%.
Right?
Okay. So we've talked about the good of the event. Can we talk about the bad of the event?
Let's hit it. What you got?
Okay, first off, people stop doing straight across elbow pads. It's terrible for viewing purposes. It's absolute shit. And if you do it, have a rope or something see-through. Having a solid pad that completely masks the elbows of the people makes it terrible for viewing purposes. Absolute shit.
I tried this. I don't understand.
Secondly, whoever that down ref was, you should get rid of him because he does not know what the fuck he's doing.
Oh, you talking about Robert Bear?
No. Him, Fira.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't make calls.
Tom Fira.
He doesn't put hands on people to stop matches. He doesn't do anything consistently the same way every single goddamn match. There was zero consistency.
Didn't they rotate refs? I mean, down refs though?
No.
Okay. So I know Keith Michelle was the head ref throughout the whole event. So I'm thinking, after a lot of matches, man, you might want to rotate to kind of, get somebody a break or whatever. That's a lot of time,
I'm just saying the guy would be in this spot and then in this spot and then this spot and then missing this and then missing this and then over here. And then they're doing the running foul system and he called Adam for 3 fouls when Adam had no clue that he had any fouls. And the down ref is the one calling him for his 3. Like, shouldn't he be, you're supposed to let them know, hey, you're one runner. You're on a second runner. Up, that's your 3rd foul. But never once did that down ref make a single peep. He just says, oh, stop, that's 3 fouls.
I'm going to touch on this because I've refed almost every organization who's had running fouls. And it's part of the hardest job. It started with Arm Wars, right? And so what I kind of came up with in Dubai was headsets for the referees to be able to talk to each other, especially when it's very loud. If you're able to be a yelling person, the refs should be able to hear each other. But when you take it away, you have headsets. It's as simple as runner, Adam, right? The head ref can hear you say that, but you have to make sure
To
Adam fucking
vocalize.
hears you say that.
Yeah.
And if there's, I remember one specifically, I think it was at Monster Factory, and I remember who it was, but they were just pulling like this, right? And I'm down repping for Luke, I think.
Oh God!
Literally got close to the table and yelled his name and said, "You're on a runner." Like, you have to make, if they don't know, it means nothing.
Exactly.
And again, I don't know their complete rule set because they had a rules meeting and it wasn't released. I would have liked it to be released, or at least have a paragraph before the pay-per-view started, so we could critique this a little better. But also, when you do running fouls, it's not just a runner match. It from the organizations I run, it's like
it's numerical.
Runner, get it back on.
Now, yes, can I piggyback on that?
There's a certain time that you gotta allow them to get it back on. You can't just go runner. Like, fuck, they're in the middle of a match. Like, but again, I don't know their rule set on these runners, but
you also need to be numerical about it. Like, Adam, that's you're on a runner, first foul, right? Because, hey, that's your second. Like, be boisterous. The dude literally sat over there quiet as a church mouse and never said anything. Yeah. At least when Keith called runners, he was boisterous about it.
And maybe that's something though. Excuse me. There you go. Thank you, Phil Wood. I was just about to say that. I've been to Arm Wars before. Dan Hannon will tell you. Tim, you've been to Arm Wars before. They will tell you, hey, Jody, you're on a runner. Tim, you're on a runner. That way, in the middle of a match, I know what's going on because some way, somehow, I elbow foul. So now I got to get myself in the winning position to pin the guy just to get the restart.
The easiest thing for them, is what I would say if you don't have consistency in reffing, right? Just get rid of the damn running foul and go to a 3-foul system.
Well, also, I noticed with their runner that you can come completely off.
Yeah.
And then come back on and still be on a runner.
But the funny thing is, but what was stupid was, to piggyback off that, Tim, certain things they'd have stop fouls for.
That's what I'm saying. So, again, if you have runners, it should automatically go to a 3-foul match. Okay. And then you have runners and stop fouls because they're completely different, right? For an example, when the dude lifted his elbow up and then let the guy come in, he was trying to get a foul. It has to be at a certain position. It's not a stop foul, then it's a loss, which, okay, they called it.
Yeah.
But somewhere it comes completely off the back. You can't just put it back on and be on a runner because, again, they're runners.
Or it's that high in the air.
And I won't even actually call it a runner because it wasn't even running fouls. It was just a foul. But the match continued. Because, say, for a perfect example, say I went like this, right? I'm right here. Yeah. I could have, according to what I watched, I could have went like this, and then pinned the guy. Got to win because I got my elbow back on, and you were allowed to win off of a running foul per se.
Yeah, but, which is not.
It wasn't like a restart. It was just a foul.
Yeah, exactly.
It really wasn't running fouls. It was actually just a foul, and 3 fouls, you're out. So I literally could just lift my elbow up like this and move the guy over, and then pin him, and then I win.
Yeah, that's kind of blurring the lines because at that point you gained a whole lot of advantage off that. You know what I mean? I get it. I get it.
That's where stop fouls and running fouls come in. To me, this was just a 3-foul system, and it wasn't stopping a match.
No, it wasn't. But I'm sitting here reading. I'm sitting here reading the rules, and there's some confusion, and that's even for me, like, who's reffed under a lot of different rule sets. I'm even confused by these.
Yeah, I think if you like, I think this can be done really well. I think it's a great concept. I think they should continue to do it. I think they should just try to modify what they do. So if they're watching this or if they see it, my suggestion would be
Well, Clifton's watching it. He can give some advice. You know, he's watching the show.
Runners and stop fouls are different, and that needs to be defined, right? Of what a runner is and what a stop foul is. Secondly, you should at least have your head ref mic'd up, because if you have somebody on the monitor as well watching this, like a third referee who maybe rotates in at down ref per se, whatever, he could be watching this and he notices if a head ref or a down ref calls a runner, he can relay that back in there and say, Adam's on a runner, and then somebody has to let Adam know he's on a fucking runner. Right? So
well, okay, so when you have those rules, I think when you have the rules, because we got so many different leagues and organizations now that got different set of rules, because let's just say, you know, I rolled into this league next year, you know, just for conversation purposes, and I'm kind of going, okay, cool. I'm so focused on this rule set, and then 1 month later, let's just say I get a call from Ian Carnegie and says, hey, would you like to be on the MAC card? Now that's a whole different set of rules. I gotta adjust to that, you know, and it's no different than what we used to talk about before when you had WAL with their bouncing elbow fouls, and all of a sudden at the finale, 2 months later, you go to Nemiroff in Poland where they're real strict and you foul out like that because you got to make the adjustment.
So what I would say,
do you know how many different rule sets they have between the Nordic Cup, the Swiss Cup, Arm Havoc? Do you know how many different rules those Europeans have to learn? Oh wait, just one.
Yeah, exactly. There's no changes. But what I was going to say about the running fouls, right? So if that's a run, right? The elbow comes up, comes right back down. You're on a runner. This is not a running foul. That's a stop foul. Like, okay, elbow off the pad slightly. Oh, my elbow pops off the front, but I'm still connected. Okay, that's you're on a runner. This is not a runner. Like,
I'm sure, you know, and again, I don't want anyone to take this out of context, you know, because we just, you know, it's an awesome event. Jeff even said so. Tim even says awesome events. They got a good concept. Maybe tweak a few things, you know, but you're also talking about referees on the show too. So, and you know, and the thing is, though, it's kind of, and you don't want an athlete being on the short end of the stick. However, what I will say, I like how they got their throw the red flag. If you throw the red flag with the Sandras Adam match where they called a shoulder foul, and it was like, okay, but here this goes back to the camera, right? Where on the start of the match, okay, he was slightly behind the line, but then you couldn't tell after that because he switched views, and then you really couldn't tell after that.
That was a good call, though, on the referee.
Yeah, I like the call.
You know, that Sandras, because of the camera issues, got to keep his challenge.
Yeah.
And the match stayed the same. It wouldn't have mattered if they took his challenge or not. I mean, at that point. Can you highlight Clifton's thing there? What's the difference between a stop foul and a professional foul? Nothing. There's literally nothing. Professional fouls are used for stop fouls. And you should use them. So when your elbow comes off that pad, it sits on the table, or you lift your elbow 6 inches in the air because you're wanting it, that's still a stop foul. Even if you watch Arm Wars where they're doing running fouls, if your elbow comes off the pad and sits there for seconds, they're stopping the match. If your elbow comes up 6-8 inches, they're stopping the match. It's not a runner.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a difference between a running foul and a stop foul. Like I said, I love the event. What they're doing is great. The concept is great. They're like this close with just mild tweaks to just making it that much better. And it's just for their own good, in my opinion, for the sake of the topics afterwards, the unknowns. You're leaving no unknowns at the table when you have defined stop fouls, running fouls, clarity, right?
Well, my thing is like, you know, they talk about in their rule set, it talks about King's move. You're down in a King's. Well, it's 1 runner, 2 runner, 3 runner. They were never given a command to come up, right? Or whatever it is. Like, to me, that's a dangerous position foul. That's an instant stop foul. Like, under any rule set.
Well, even if they have that, like,
but then again,
I've seen that a lot where it's just a running foul and it's like King of the Table. They were King of the Table. So many people gave me shit when I was head reffing with Khalid and Schoolboy, saying that should have been a stop foul. The problem is they didn't know the rules. King of the Table's rules at the time was that's a runner, and then you count to 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a second runner. 1, 2,
But
3.
I guess what I was getting at though is, they're talking about the King's move being a runner, but the shoulder crossing center line, instead of saying shoulder cross center, one foul, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I was confused why that was a stop foul and not a
a
runner.
runner. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're nitpicking what they deem as a stop foul and what they don't deem as a stop foul.
Well,
Like
you
that
said
needs
you
to
have
be,
the rules, right?
yeah, nowhere in there does it say shoulder cross center is a stop foul.
Does it say
How
what a
about we
stop?
just put the
Is there
Kings
more
move
than-
all together? Knock
Does it
that
say
shit
what?
off.
What's it say, Tim?
Does it say what a stop foul and what a runner is in the rules?
Um, it says if the referee blah blah blah, it does not. There's no specificity between a stop foul and a running foul.
Which is fine. So again, this goes to if they're watching. It's a lot of people are doing it nowadays. When you have these, you can talk to your athletes, crowd, I guess, whatever. But like just for viewership, just a little paragraph before you start saying what your rules are and what you're calling.
A
That's
hand coming off the peg is a warning. If it's not immediately put back on, it's a stop foul because it's advantageous.
It is a foul because that happened during Alan Ford and Ryan Belandra's match at East vs. West.
No, it's a foul if you pin the person and your hand is off the peg.
That's what
Then
he
it's a
pinned him,
foul.
but his hand came
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
So-
what he said is letting go of the hand peg and running foul. It's a warning unless you don't put your hand back on, then in which case it's a stop foul.
in a running foul.
Because it's too, yeah.
In a running foul system, it's not a warning, it's a running foul. There is no warnings in running foul systems that I've been a part of.
Yeah.
It's just a running foul.
All
Like,
right,
I'm sitting here going
Who
over
is
the, I'm sitting
Armphatic?
here,
Can you say who your name is so I know who you are?
Who?
This guy, Arm Fanatic? Who is that?
I know who it is. Want me to say something? Am I allowed to say his name?
I'm just curious who it is.
I think it's Miles Hutton.
Oh, okay.
He's the one that I got. You know what? Can I? Before we go, can I say I love our fans. I love the people who watch the show. I appreciate you all because during this whole thing, I got 2 separate texts about the rules from the Montana Armbender League. So thank you.
well, yeah, we're not trying to shit on you guys. Like you said, we're
Absolutely.
Or
what
Andrew,
you guys are
sorry.
doing is great. What we're trying to do is try to help a little bit into making things more. And you got to understand, like Tim and I have refed a lot of stuff under a lot of rule sets. So if we're criticizing something because there's no clarity, then you need to have clarity within your rule set and what is the definition of a stop foul and running foul. Because I'm sitting here looking at the 2026 Montana Armbender rules, and nowhere in there does it specify the difference between a runner and a stop foul. Because, like I said, if your elbow comes off like this and then immediately goes back to the pad, yes, you're on a runner. If it immediately comes off the pad just barely and then comes back on, you're on a runner. But if your elbow comes completely off the pad and sits on the tabletop, that's not a running foul. That's a stop foul. If your elbow comes 6, 8 inches in the air, that's not a running foul.
Right. I
That's
mean,
a stop foul.
just to touch on this guy's comment when he said, I'd love to explain the philosophy behind the rules in the event that will probably make it more sense for you guys. That's what we're asking with the rules. It should have been done. Like that's all we're saying. It's like, I get it. Like we could listen to you and go, oh yeah, that makes sense. It just transport that to the rules for the viewership before the event starts. That way it's, again, clarity. That's what we're talking about.
And like my gripe with a lot of things throughout a lot of different organizations, we'll say, is things should be black and white. It always should be black and white. From the way something's set up to the way a match is refereed to the way the ref script's applied, everything should be black and white. That way it can be followed to the T by every single referee and there's no discrepancies. When you start going into referee's discretion, right? And I'm using quote unquote referee's discretion. referees are going to interpret things differently than other referees. So black and white solves all that problem. I'm just saying.
These next two comments I'm about to read is the reason why we're talking about this. We're not shitting on the league, all right? First one, David Jansen, welcome to the show, buddy. I enjoyed the Montana Armbender. Thought it was amazing. I just personally thought there was a bunch of flaws in the refereeing / rules. Not criticizing the referees at all, though, right? That's why we're talking about it. And my niece from Canada, Courtney Hike, says clarity only makes the rules that much clearer for the refs and athletes. In turn, making your event that much better, there's always room for improvement. The guys aren't hating on any event. Yes,
No.
this is why we're talking about it, because we see it as like, okay, this is something big. Now, granted, it only happens once a year.
Now I am completely shitting on the straight across elbow pads, though. I will swear to God, I hate that so much, and like any table should not make straight across elbow pads. I'm just saying that shit's stupid.
I got 3 tables in my garage. Right, 2 of them straight across, the other one diagonal. Right, that's just because like my combat table has the angle pads. Right, I can go either or. But my Easy Rail table, made from Canada, by the way, has straight across pads. I wish they had it where we can. Hey man, I didn't make the table, man. All right,
I know, but I'm just saying it's stupid.
Here's my opinion. Is if we're talking, it's not just us. Don't take this the wrong way, but like if we got on this show this morning and we didn't talk about your event, it might
means we didn't watch it.
I mean, it might not have been good, but take it as we're talking about your event. We're trying to just give our feedback. You take it as you will. You don't have to listen to a word we're saying. Just know that if people talk about it, you're doing something right. So
and also know
negative.
Like also know that we bought your pay-per-view to support it as well.
I was the first one to buy their first ever pay-per-view. What's up now? Yeah.
About 2 of them.
It's not. I'm not talking about the elbow pads. I'm talking about the pin pads.
I didn't want to be that guy. I bought it twice for my cell phone and for my house for when my son was watching it. I could have just gave him the login. I supported twice. You owe me a
twice. Beer.
You owe me a beer.
And did anybody watch the Battle Zone event in Canada that took place over the weekend?
I did not. I was kind of busy, so I was able to sneak in. Huh?
Barely got to watch this one. Still got to rewatch it.
It's on YouTube under the United Arms. Look on YouTube and stuff because they had their event. I was kind of our podcast colleague Brian Parliament coming off his injury from Canadian Nationals last year. He was kind of like iffy, but he went there. He took third, so awesome showing for him and stuff. So I'm gonna go back and watch the rest of that. Have some good battles over there. All right, see, here we go. The Battle Zone event was a proper tournament. There you go. I'm gonna go back and watch it too at some point.
If it had straight across pin pads, it wasn't. Just saying.
But okay, so here's the thing though. Now, if they're straight across, but
it's terrible.
What you got, Tim?
Event this weekend. If you ain't doing nothing,
there's also what is that one? Oh, it's in Arizona.
I'm about to blast that. I think I got that flyer. I'm about to blast that on.
Well, I mean, media. Texas Central event got a lot more interesting for this weekend too.
Why is that?
Well, Danny, being Danny, graciously donated $2,000, and he's doing a payout for first and second place of the pro event, the pro categories.
Can I answer James? Hey, James, here's the thing. I think what we're trying to say is the straight across pads. If they're they
are a big deal.
Pads, horrible.
For reffing, they suck.
If they're ones where like the bicycle pads with the little string, the pin line, you can see through. Perfect, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, but they're also terrible for refs. And my arm is healing slowly.
Nathan, did you take the Triactin this morning?
Yeah, apparently.
There you go, James.
Triactin like a man.
So, James, just to answer your question, Bussier is saying the argument with the straight across pin pass is the fact that they block the camera and elbow activity. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying.
They also put the down ref in a disadvantageous position as well, because they have to stand at a more like almost on directly beside an athlete. Whereas if you have angled
Hey,
pads,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
better.
if you think about it too, when at that one point where he did call the shoulder across the center line, where he had to be to call that, he could have never called an elbow foul. He can't
Exactly.
see it. He can't see it.
Mhm.
It's impossible because he had to come so far over. Another thing with that is you're relying on each referee to about 75% of the calls being parallel pins. And so it's a lot of judgment calls. You're actually putting the pins in the referee's hands and not in your hands to solidify it, because when you come down and it's over here, you come down on it. But if it's straight, a lot of them are over here and a lot of parallel pins. So
Yeah, you're
really
missing.
you're making you're putting a lot of the calls in the ref's hands of a lot of judgment calls of parallel pins. And we saw that at that event. We
That
saw
was, yeah.
parallel pins were like, but again, we're
Was
just
it?
not there. But again, it was left to judge. It was too much judgment there.
100%. And like I said, that's why I can't stand like, and there's companies you can get tables from that don't have straight across elbow pads that can make you stuff. What?
Phil
How
Williams
come
says, how
no
come
one
no one
has
had the wall transparent pin line pads?
They make them everywhere.
You're talking about the string line, right?
Remember they have the plastic thing going across, the clear plastic going across the middle instead of the shoestring?
They had like a 1 inch. They had a 1 inch piece of plastic that was
It's the
clear.
same
It's the
thing.
same crap.
Yeah, it's the same thing as a pin line. I like the strings for pay-per-views. I have them
Or
in my garage. I'm able to take them and put them on there whenever I want.
I'm thinking about getting some for mine because when I have my event, I got the combat, which I can, angle them, but then I also got the Canadian table where it's just straight across. And I got to have the other table the same, or else I get a lot of shit from that. How come this one's straight and this one's angled? So I'm thinking about getting some.
Let's just create our own table.
First off, David Jansen. Only one of them was Latvian that lost. Susie is not from Latvia originally, so
Isn't she from
what?
Isn't Susie from Russia?
No, I forgot where she's from, but she lives in Latvia currently. And
it was somewhere because she talked about the one of the podcast shows. It's somewhere around that area.
And secondly, David, losses happen. Okay. Shit. Even though I didn't think Toms was going to beat Oleg's, I still bet on Toms. So
There you go.
Yeah, Estonia.
That's right.
She's like a fitness model.
Who is?
Susie.
Oh, I see you, Tim. I see you flexing that right hand. I saw that, man. Don't think I didn't see that. Don't think I didn't see that, man.
I don't know, man. It might be a little too big for the viewership right now.
Hey, man, can we put that, man? See, when you're not on, we'll get the Ryan the Bull on. He'll say a few things, then all of a sudden you come on, he's off, and it's like this backup. Can we make this shit happen in Arizona State or what?
I have a match at Arizona State.
I have a match at Arizona State.
Oh, damn, man. I was hoping it'd be you and the Bull.
Grab the bull by the
guy that I'm
bull.
pulling is ranked higher than him in a different weight class.
Oh, okay.
Who should pull? Who should Adam pull next? Depends on the weight class. Honestly, it's going to be hard to see him. I mean, I would like to see him pull Nerdalet, but I don't foresee that happening after Nerdalet's said is going to GBW. I think he's put his nail in his coffin. At 95, there's some good matches.
Huh?
I'll
say it after dark.
Okay.
Ooh, after dark.
Only because no prediction. I am back to refereeing East versus West. I will be in Austria next weekend. There's an official announcement. I am back at East versus West.
Well, I knew that.
I haven't announced it yet. This is the first announcement right here. I'm allowed to.
What?
I am back to referee at East versus West.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get to the After Dark special.
Shit, I knew that Atlantic City.
Yeah.
I knew before everybody.
Y'all ready for After Dark?
Let's go.
All right, guys. We're about to go to After Dark.
Answer any more questions going down here?
If you want to find out what we talk about After Dark, go ahead. Feel free to Venmo or PayPal us. $375 each, and then you will find all the juicy stuff. Until then, everybody.
Hold on. Timeout. James. I don't doubt that. If Eduardo is truly coming back, it would be a fun one at 209 to watch. It would be a fun
Eduardo
one.
Tiente?
Yes.
I think Adam destroys him personally.
Yeah, it would be a fun one to watch.
It's gonna go here.
And I said at 209. 209.
You're gonna see Eduardo doing this.
Yeah. And before we get off, speedy recovery for Jordan Seal. Speedy recovery for Corey Miller.
What happened to Corey? Do we know?
Nothing.
He said he felt something pop. Just the way.
Nothing.
Dude was like on his hand like that, and Corey is up here.
I don't know. He instantly grabbed that elbow pretty bad.
Yeah, he said he felt something pop. So
Corey was just weak.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, did he get?
I'm getting mad. God, you don't have to cry about it. I was just making a statement.
Hey, James Clark. Before we get off, I got one question. What are your plans December of this year?
I fucked up.
Let us know. Hey, get a hold of Tim. Get a hold of me. What are your plans in December this year? Okay, everybody. With that being said, thank you, everybody, for watching the show. America, enjoy President's Day. Canadians, much love. We'll talk to y'all soon. We're getting ready for After Dark.
Is that
dark? Yeah.